Hey you guys. Okay, so it's Carly here. If you haven't been on any of the videos today, you may not know who I am, but I am hopping on right now. I'm going to talk to you about objections and how to squash them, and about the community of coaching and some perks of being a coach, okay? So I'm just going to dive right in with squashing objections. So basically, sorry, I have like a little table here that you can't see, but I'm knocking. Okay, so I want to talk with you about squashing objections, because whenever you think about doing something new, something like coaching, there's going to be fears, there's going to be objections that pop up in your mind. So when I signed up, even though I knew I wanted to do the coaching, I still had tons of fears. And one of my biggest ones was like, I was so worried about what other people thought about me, and I didn't want them to think I was salesy. And I didn't post that much on social media before. So I was like, oh my gosh, people are going to think that I just want to sell them something or whatever. Which obviously this is a business and you are selling items, but ultimately you're working on your journey and you're helping other people work on their journey. And that is truly what it is. So, but the only way to get over that objection is the personal development that I've been talking about in all my videos today. Is that positivity, getting confident in yourself, and knowing that nobody else's opinion of you matters. It's none of your business. Rachel Hollis said, what others think of you is none of your business. So don't worry about what other people think of you. And I know it's easier said than done, and you're like, well, how am I going to get there? Well, personal development. Okay, so that's just going to be something that you'll have to work on if that's something that you struggle with. I definitely have to work on that. 3 years in, I'm not really as worried about what other people think of me. But it's a constant work on yourself, okay? So other things like, I'm not at my goal weight, I'm not in good shape, I can't help other people. That's a common objection, which I've also talked about this today. Guys, it's not about being where you want to be. It's about starting your journey and having people join you and go on that journey with you, because growth is in the nitty-gritty of daily life, right? It's not in who you're going to be, it's in what's happening right now. So bring people along with you to grow together and to change together. Okay, another one is I have no followers on Instagram, or I have 5 friends on Facebook. That's kind of intimidating, right? Because it's a social media driven business. Well, I didn't have very many. I wish I had the exact number. It was under 100 followers on Instagram. And I didn't even really know how to use it. I think I'd posted a couple of pictures at some point. I used Facebook more, but I still didn't post very much. And you just grow it, guys. You just find mutual friends. You start building and expanding and getting to know people. This is a relationship business. And even if you're not an extrovert, because if I go out in public, I'm not an extrovert, naturally. This has just been something that I've worked at, and I enjoy this aspect of it now, building the relationships and talking to people, and it's a fun part of the business to me now. But in the beginning, it was kind of intimidating. And anyway, so don't let that deter you from deciding if you're going to do it. Money. A lot of people are like, I don't have the money for this, or it's a huge investment, or, they're thinking it's a huge investment. But bottom line is, if you're doing this to build a business, $40 for an investment in your business is not a lot. And that's with no products or anything. So if you just sign up with a challenge pack, that's $160, and that's your investment in your business, that's still not a big investment in a business. Because this has the potential to be something huge and something that can surpass a job that people have went to school for 4, 6, 8 years for. And you don't have to have any qualifications, and you don't have to go to school for this. So it's very little upfront cost. And then any investments other than that are just if you choose to do them. I have very little that I invest each month. I have my products that I like, and that's pretty much my investments. So it's just what you choose to put back into the business. I mean, if we had a brick and mortar business, we would obviously put a lot more into it, right? So, like you would have to have a building. But anyways, what's another one? I don't have enough time. This is one that I think to some degree we could all struggle with, this objection or this fear. As a world, really, I feel like it's always like, I don't have enough time, I can't do that, I can't do that. But if this is something that you truly want to do, or you truly need the money for, or you want to, your health is really suffering and you need this, like, you can make the time. Like, that sounds harsh, that sounds mean, but anybody can make the time if this is something that they need or want in their life. You just have to be intentional with your time. One of the hardest things I have learned is how to be intentional. But one of the biggest blessings has come from being intentional with my time. So, we all have 24 hours in a day. We all obviously have different schedules, different sports, different lives, different number of children, no children, tons of children. Like, there are so many different variables in our lives, but it's the same amount of time. And we just have to figure out how we're going to break it up and how you're going to make the time to be intentional. Like with yours, whether it's an hour a day, 30 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours, however you're going to build this into your day, you just have to do that. Okay? And I think that's pretty much the objections I was going to talk about. Of course, I forgot to look at the time. Let me see. Okay, I don't know what time it is, but I'm going to try to go quick here. So community, coach community, and perks were the last two things I wanted to talk to you guys about. And by the way, if I didn't touch on an objection that you have or a fear, like, shoot me a message, shoot your coach a message. Like, we'll chat it out. No big deal. We want to make sure you're comfortable with this as a whole and that you understand, because sometimes things just look differently on the outside. So if you have any questions, just ask us. So the coach community, like, I've never experienced anything like it. Like, there's always events. There's an annual coach conference. They change locations every once in a while, but it's in Indianapolis this year. And it's just like a, let's see, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then I leave on Sunday. So like a 3-day event. And this will be my 4th year going. Oh my gosh. But I look forward to it every year because I get to see the girls on my team in person. We get to have hangout sessions. We get to go to these coaching trainings together and just have like team bonding time, but also learn even more about coaching and new products and just new fun things that are happening in the business. So absolutely one of my favorite things of the year. There's also team retreats that happen just for, usually you qualify for them, and they're just a weekend getaway or something like that. And so fun. Another time, another way to connect with your friends. And what else was I going to say? Well, let's talk about trips. There's annual trips that the company provides for coaches that earn them. And I have actually earned 3 of them. The very first one that I earned was to the Dominican Republic. It was at an all-inclusive resort, Hard Rock Resort. It was really fun. And I've decided to make these work trips just a couple trip for Andrew and I. So it's just like an annual trip we get to look forward to each year that is mostly paid for. So it's kind of like a double win. So we did Punta Cana, then the next year was Mexico. But I had to like give my spot back because I was due with Ella, my second born, so I couldn't be traveling because it was the same month. And then the next one is a cruise, which is next month, and it's going to the Bahamas and Haiti. Anyway, super fun trips, right? And you just, basically you earn them by helping other people, which is what the basis of our business is all about. So you can get more details about that later, but just know they're awesome trips to be earned. And along with that, there's also incentives that Beachbody does. Just fun prizes. Like, so for hitting goals each month, they might send you a special prize. Like, I have a tank top that should be here any day now. There's a hat, a backpack. There's just all kinds of rewards that you can get for helping other people. And right now I'm involved in what's called a Team Beachbody Cup. And it's where you like rally together with other coaches and you just work really hard to help other people, and you kind of brainstorm together, which is what I love. Again, it's community, right? So just, and you get prizes for doing well in that too. And I just really, really love this community. So you get incentives, you get perks. Sometimes you get travel cash for the annual conference. Just lots and lots of exciting things when you're coaching to look forward to. So guys, that is all. I'm sure I've been on here for all of 10 minutes, and I'm sorry if I went over. Again, let us know if you have any questions. Comment below. I see Amy and Carol popped on. Thanks, girls, for popping on. Say hey below. Comment, questions, whatever. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.